Hello dear students, welcome back to my science class. Today we are going to start the first chapter of your NCERT science book, that is Nutrition in Plants. So let's jump into the lesson. First of all, what is nutrition? Food is the most important and basic thing for life. Carbohydrate, proteins, fat, vitamins and minerals are the components of food. I'm sure you have learnt about that in class 6. These components are necessary for all living beings and they are called nutrients. Now all plants and animals require food for their growth and getting energy from the food. The process of utilization of food by an animal to obtain energy for growth and development is known as nutrition. So, nutrition is the process of utilization of the food by an organism to obtain energy for growth and their development. Now here in this chapter we are going to learn about nutrition in plant. So what are the mode of nutrition in plant? There are two mode of nutrition in plant. One is autotrophic mode of nutrition, another is heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Autotrophic mode of nutrition is shown by the green plants, whereas heterotrophic mode of nutrition shown mostly by non-green plants. Some green plants also undergo heterotrophic mode of nutrition. We will discuss that in our next video. So, and heterotrophs. Autotrophic nutrition is the mode of nutrition in which organism can prepare their own food. Organism which can prepare their own food are known as autotrophs. On the other hand, heterotrophic nutrition is the mode of nutrition in which organisms get their food directly or indirectly from the plant. They cannot prepare their food, rather they are directly or indirectly dependent upon the plant for their food. You have learned this also in class 6. And the organism which get their food directly or indirectly from the plants, they are known as heterotrophs. Yeah, here we can see the autotrophs, those who are preparing their own food by photosynthesis, and here is a herbivore who is eating the plant product, thus dependent on the plant for its food. So, today we are going to learn mainly about the autotrophic mode of nutrition. Heterotrophic mode of nutrition, that we will discuss in our next video. So what is autotrophic nutrition? To revise it again, auto means self and trophos means nourishment. So plants are autotroph because they can make their food themselves. They can give themselves nourishment, right? And plants prepare food by means of photosynthesis. Now what is photosynthesis? Photo means light, synthesis to put together. That means synthesis of chemical compound with the aid of radiant energy and especially sunlight. No, this is not that tough. Synthesis of chemical compound with the help of sunlight, that is photosynthesis. Light dependent synthesis of a chemical compound. What is that chemical compound? We will see it. So the process by which green plants and some other organisms use sunlight to synthesize nutrients from carbon dioxide and water, that is known as photosynthesis. I am sure now this is becoming easier for you to understand. So the process by which green plant, they utilize sunlight, carbon dioxide and water to prepare their own food. And this photosynthesis of the plant generally involves the green pigment chlorophyll, and they generate oxygen as a byproduct. Just take a look. That plant is taking the sunlight and water and mineral from the soil and taking carbon dioxide, preparing their own food and giving off oxygen. Now, where do plants prepare food? Plants prepare food in their leaves. So, leaves are the kitchen of the plant. What are the ingredients that are required for the cooking in the kitchen? The ingredients are sunlight, water, carbon dioxide and chlorophyll. With the help of all these things, plants prepare their own food. So, you can see, right? Moving to the next part, what is the function of chlorophyll? Chlorophyll is vital for photosynthesis. It absorbs energy from the sunlight and converts this solar energy into the chemical energy. We have just read that the green plants are autotroph, right? Green plant can prepare their own food. Now, why the plants are green? Because they have chlorophyll. So, you can understand that chlorophyll is ultimate important for the plant, so that they can prepare their food. So it is very important, vital for photosynthesis. Now chlorophylls absorb light most strongly in the blue portion of the electromagnetic spectrum as well as red portion. Conversely, it is a poor absorber of green color of the spectrum, which is reflects, producing green color of the chlorophyll containing tissue. Now if you are find this is difficult to understand, just take it from that we know that there are 7 colors in the sunlight, right? Vibgyor, violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange and red, right? Out of this, green color is not required for the plant to perform photosynthesis. So they reflect green color, and that reflected color reach up to our eyes, so we can see that the leaves are green. So green color is not important for the photosynthesis, that's why it is reflected back and we can see the leaves as green. Just take it that. Stomata. Take a look. Stomata are present in the leaves. This is a section of the leaf. You can see that in the lower part, right? In the lower side, the stomata are present, and you can see the function of the stomata as well. Just take a look that the oxygen that is entering through the stomata, right? Carbon dioxide entering through the stomata, oxygen is coming out through the stomata, and water is also entering and coming out through the stomata. So stomata, what is the function of it? Its function is to help in gaseous exchange. It helps in exchange of gases, oxygen and carbon dioxide. Also, it helps to release excess amount of water in the form of water vapor, that is known as transpiration. Now take a look. Stomata. Stomata, first picture is showing open stomata. Second is closed stomata. You can see that the stomata are covered by the gourd cells. This gourd cells helps in opening and closing of stomata. So, overall, what happened during photosynthesis? In the presence of sunlight, carbon dioxide and water, plants produce carbohydrate in the form of glucose. So far we are discussing chemical compound. What's that chemical compound? That is carbohydrate. More simply, glucose. So, what happened during the time of photosynthesis? Carbon dioxide and water react with each other to form glucose and oxygen as byproduct. And for this process, they need sunlight and chlorophyll as well. So, this is the overall reaction of the photosynthesis. Now, synthesis of plant food other than carbohydrate. Plant do need other food also rather than only the glucose. So plants need proteins and fats beside carbohydrate. Protein and nitrogenous substance which contain nitrogen. Although nitrogen is present in abundance in atmosphere, we know that 78% of the atmospheric gases and nitrogen. But plants cannot absorb this atmospheric nitrogen. Like they can take oxygen, like they can take carbon dioxide, they cannot take nitrogen like that. So, plants get nitrogen from soil. Certain type of bacteria like rhizobium are present in the soil. They convert the gaseous nitrogen into the usable form, usable soluble form, and release it into the soil. Plant absorb this soluble form of nitrogen along with the water and minerals to fulfill their requirement. Sometimes farmers also add nitrogenous fertilizer to their field to fulfill the need of the nitrogen. In this way, plant gets fulfillment of nitrogen along with other nutrients. After fulfillment of all nutrients, plant synthesize proteins and fats as well along with the carbohydrate. Now let us perform an activity that you can do at your home as well to check that sunlight is necessary for photosynthesis. What we can do? Take two potted plants of the same kind. Keep one in the sunlight and other in the dark room for 2 to 3 days. Then take a leaf from both the plants and test for starch. In the chapter components of food, you know that if starch is present, then iodine give it a blue-black color, right? We will utilize these knowledge in this experiment. So what we are doing, we are keeping one potted plant in the sunlight and other in the dark room for 2 to 3 days. Put the leaves in the test tube, pour some spirit in it and put the test tube in a beaker containing water. You can check in the picture given. Boil the water till the green color in the leaves comes out into the spirit. So what we are doing? Actually in the third step we are actually removing the chlorophyll. You can ask, ma'am, why are we removing the chlorophyll? We are removing the chlorophyll so that we can better understand if the leaf has taken blue-black color or not. On the leaf, green color, it will be difficult to understand. So we are removing the chlorophyll to get a better result. Then take the leaves and wash it in the water. Put the leaves on a dish and pour some iodine solution over it. You can check it in the picture again. The leaf of the plant kept in the sunlight turned blue-black because they prepared food. They prepared food, that is glucose, that stores in the form of starch, and if starch is present, that will turn into blue-black color if iodine is added to it. So the leaf of the plant kept in the dark does not turn blue-black because the plant which was kept in dark was not able to prepare their food. So we can conclude that sunlight is necessary for photosynthesis. I hope you find this interesting. So, that's all for the day. Thank you.